leeches from yesterday. Hey guys. Hey. So we're running around like crazy. If you were here in person, you would see us trying to get everything ready. But here we are back again for another cooking show. I have a special guest today.
Chef Boyardee.
Chef Roten is going to be cooking with us today. And we are making, the end dish is going to be a power bowl. So you may also see these on Pinterest called Buddha bowls, power bowls. Really, it's a one bowl meal, which is awesome for dishes, for quick meals. We'll go over everything else that's in it, but our special thing, if you got an email or saw the announcement for today's cooking show, what I said was, we're going to be cooking something that people are always interested in, but always kind of afraid of. And
I was afraid of it. Totally
and
afraid of it.
unsure of. And Heather said she's still afraid of it. And that is tofu. So we are going to show you how to make tofu at home, because I know sometimes maybe you're kind of like fish. I feel like maybe people are, I've had a patient say that you're afraid of fixing fish at home, that you won't get it cooked all the way. You don't have to worry about that with tofu because it's plant-based, so you can't undercook it. But yeah, we're gonna give you some tips. We're gonna make tofu, and then we're gonna make some dressing. I was putting some dressing on a salad earlier this week, and it triggered that we needed to make some homemade dressings on here because the salad dressing was probably as bad as a cookie.
Yeah,
like it would have like high fruit. It's good tasting, but it had like high fructose corn syrup and food coloring. It had like 3 different food colorings. It's really not probably good.
Well, the people always use way too much dressing on their salads. Way too much dressing.
But I really like creamy dressings.
Yeah.
Like I like vinaigrettes, and everybody, obviously vinaigrettes are good for you, but I really like creamy dressings. So we're gonna make a creamy dressing that's good for you.
Good. I'm a ranch girl.
It's not ranch.
I know.
But it's still going to be good. And then we're going to put it on top of our power bowl. So to start with, we'll jump in here. I know a lot of you have a 30-minute lunch. We're going to try to get this meal done in 30 minutes. So for the tofu, what we're going to do first, this is really important to make it really good. Literally, tofu does not taste. It does not taste.
At all.
It really doesn't.
Mm-mm.
Jess is going to try a bite of it plain just to show you.
That's the surprise for the special guest.
So we're going to cut it open. You can use a knife. Yeah. Don't cut yourself.
No, I'm just joking.
It's packed in water to keep it moist so it doesn't dry out. So you are going to pour the water out. She's pouring the water in a bowl because we don't have a sink.
Ta-da. Are you guys seeing this?
And
Like skill.
pour out all the water, and then you're going to take the block of tofu, put it out on a plate or a pan or something. It's a pretty thick block, so I use a towel.
I'm going to show you guys. This is what your tofu is going to look like. A big block of
pressed soy. That's what tofu is.
Yeah, it feels kind of gross, but So here we go. Here is a piece of.
I'll let you do. I'm not scared.
I ain't scared.
It literally doesn't taste.
Nothing at all.
So I like to press it out. So you need to press it out. You got to press all the liquid out so that when you cook it, it absorbs all the liquid back. It's going to literally be like a sponge. So we're going to cut it in half. So you press it out, the liquid out faster because you have more surface area, not less surface
So you
area.
have 2 pieces like this.
Put it on a towel, not on a paper towel, because I think a cloth towel is more absorbent. If you're at home and you have a cast iron skillet, that's what I use because it's the heaviest. But for now, we'll just put a plate or the bowl that we put water in on top of it. Okay, so everybody loves fried stuff, right? Like frying makes everything taste better. I'm gonna go get my tofu over here.
I like fried food. I know you guys like fried food.
Okay, so we're gonna make crispy tofu. And with the crispy tofu, we're not using a deep fryer. If you have an air fryer, I honestly have not tried this in an air fryer, so you'll have to try it and then drop some comments on this video and let me know how it is. So what we're gonna do first, after we've pressed it out, is Chef Jessica is gonna cut the pressed tofu. You're gonna cut the pressed tofu into, don't make it tiny, but you don't want to have to cut it like a bite size, maybe a little bit bigger, a little bit wider. Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. So like bite size, something you can fit in your mouth when you're eating it. Because once you cook it, you're not gonna want to then cut it again. While she's cutting that up,
Not this big. I know some of you guys have bigger mouths than others, so adjust accordingly.
maybe cut that piece in half. I know I'm being picky. Sorry.
She's being picky.
So we cut them all in a block first. We're not gonna put them in here yet.
Okay.
So we're gonna cut them all into a bite size, whatever bite size your mouth is. And then we're gonna coat it in cassava flour. So a couple different reasons. Cassava flour fits a lot of different diets. So if you are on an elimination diet, it's elimination diet friendly. It's Whole30 friendly. It's paleo friendly. It's gluten free. Cassava is a root vegetable. So it does have some carbs, but this is a flour and a quarter of a cup is 30 carbs. You're not going to get a quarter of a cup. We're not even going to use a whole quarter of a cup to coat the whole block of tofu. Now, if everybody knows to fry, you have to egg wash something, right? You usually egg wash and then flour and then egg wash again and then fry in oil. You don't have to egg wash this because it's already moist and it's packed in water. Even though we've pressed it out, it's still moist. So this flour is going to stick to it. The other reason I like cassava flour is it's really fine. Like it's really fine flour. So we're just going to take a heaping tablespoon, just shy of a quarter of a cup. So maybe like 3 actual tablespoons. And we're going to put it in a Ziploc bag in the bottom. Oops. And then because tofu literally has no flavor, we're going to season it. So today we're going to season it with tandoori roasting spice from the Spice and Tea Exchange in West Jefferson. And if we have members tuning in, just remember you get 20% off at the Spice and Tea Exchange
Always.
when you're an Elevation Health member. So we're going to actually put this seasoning, and I'm not going to measure it. We're just going to add that in because that'll coat to the flour too, onto the tofu.
Maggie cooks like everyone's granny does, a teaspoon of that and a pinch of that.
I don't always measure unless I'm baking. If I'm baking, I measure. So we're going to add also a little bit of nutritional yeast. And I don't know if you know what nutritional yeast is, but it is a dried form of yeast that has kind of a nutty and cheesy flavor. It's a really good source of B12. So if you don't eat meat, or if you eat meat but you don't eat a lot of red meat, this is a really good replacement for B12 because B12 is going to be primarily found in the dirt or in meat.
Wow, and this says you can put this on baked vegetables, potatoes, popcorn, and by the way, you had me at cheese.
I know.
Just going to throw that out there. Everything's good with cheese.
Yeah. So we're going to just pour some in there.
Just keep
That's good. So we're just gonna pour some in there and we're gonna shake it up. So we got cassava flour, Chandori roasting blend, and nutritionally it smells really good.
Shake, shake, shake.
And then we're just gonna dump the blocks.
Shake your tofu.
Your tofu. Keep going, dump the olive.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your tofu. Shake your tofu. That smells really good, you guys. I know you can't smell it, but it smells really good.
All in there. I'm gonna let you shake it while I get the coconut oil
I'm
going.
gonna dance while I do it.
So we're gonna use coconut oil. Again, if I'm at no, get to leave these.
I'm gonna spill our tofu.
Okay. Make sure it's all coated. Lift it up from the bottom, turn it upside down. If I'm at home, I may use a cast iron skillet, but I'm going to use this skillet here today. We're going to use coconut oil. I use coconut oil anytime I want a browning effect. It's definitely better for you than butter. It is a saturated fat, so you want to be mindful. You don't want to like be dousing everything in coconut oil because it still can impact your cholesterol. But out of saturated fat is going to be one of the better ones for you. And it has a higher heat point. So what does that mean? That means it's not going to smoke or oil doesn't really boil. What's the word I'm looking for?
It's not gonna burn.
It's not going to burn. So and it makes things crispy. So you get the crispiness like butter without the things that really aren't that great for you.
Like the clogged arteries.
Yeah.
You know.
So you want enough oil in your pan that, and you may have to add some more because the tofu is going to absorb the oil some. So you want it enough that you have not it swimming in oil, like the whole bite of tofu is not going to be submerged. It's
Okay.
not like a deep fryer.
Like a fried chicken issue.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
No fried chicken.
Every once in a while, but not on a regular basis.
Just so you guys know, I know you can't really see this, but it looks like coated chicken nuggets, honestly.
Look, my plastic spoon is melting.
Note to guest, do not use a plastic spoon with your griddle.
Okay,
Note
okay.
to self.
So there's what they coated.
So look, you can do this with chicken too. So this is a healthier way of getting fried chicken. This is healthier fried chicken. You can do this with chicken, tofu, any of that.
Any
All right, you
spatula?
ready? No, I'm going to use these.
Okay.
Because we're going to let them sit and then we'll turn each one. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to dump them out in there.
Oh, dumpy?
Yep, just dump it.
We're dumping.
It's so much easier. We don't have time, you know? Life is busy. We'll just dump it. This must be tilted. There we go. Keep going.
Yep.
It's okay.
I dropped some
It's
tofu.
okay. You're good. Messier.
Ta-da!
So we're going to dump all that out.
In a doctor's office, you never use the 5-second rule. It goes in the trash.
So technically you shouldn't really do the 5-second rule anywhere because that's kind of gross.
Well,
There's
protein.
there's a documentary about that.
Really?
They literally did the 5-second rule and then tested the food items for bacteria, and within like 1 second there was bacteria. I'm usually a 5-second rule person, but it kind of grossed me out.
I don't want to watch that.
It's kind of gross. Okay, so we're gonna let this cook. We're gonna crank up the heat. You want your pan hot
Oh, it smells good.
before you add your tofu.
You can
So
actually
I'm gonna
smell
let
that.
you, we don't want to turn it too much. Just
Okay.
let it sit and brown. And I'm
Okay.
gonna add more oil, but I won't melt my spoon this time.
Perfect.
So anywhere that you're missing,
You can smell that cheese.
yeah, it's a little cheesy. It's
Yeah,
a
like
little
it
nutty.
smells.
Okay. All right. So you really probably could leave this about 5 to 7 minutes on each side and then just turn it once. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So I wouldn't leave
Yeah,
it on
leave it.
one side, 5 minutes. You just don't want it to burn. You can even do this to keep it dispersed. We gotta build a kitchen.
We do.
Yeah.
And we actually could do this longer than 30 minutes, you know, I'm just throwing that out there.
No, but people have 30-minute lunch break.
True that.
You know, everybody's sitting on their phones watching this on YouTube during their 30-minute lunch break.
True that.
So while that's cooking, we're gonna make a dressing. So we are going to make, what kind of dressing are we making?
We are actually making a creamy tahini dressing today.
Have you ever heard of tahini? No. It's really hard to find around here. I'll give you so tahini is sesame seed butter. So it's literally ground sesame seeds. So like cashew butter, almond butter, all of that is a sesame butter. But it's not in with your nut butters. I don't know why. And I can only find it at Ingles.
Oh, Ingles has the best variety.
Yeah. Or if you go to a city, look for an international market, you'll get a huge thing of it for half the price. So that's what I always do. Last time we were in the Charlotte area, there was an international market down there, and that's where I got a much bigger thing of it for like $5.
Maggie hooks us all up with like spices and different foods that we've never heard of, but they're really good.
So if you eat hummus, you eat tahini because that's what you make hummus with.
Ooh, look how pretty that is.
I know. It's browning up. I'm going to have to let you turn and I'll shake.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay. So get yourself a glass jar. And in my glass jar for our dressing, I have a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil is going to be the standard for what you want to use. Don't use like corn oil or vegetable oil for this. You really want the olive oil flavor. If you don't love the olive oil flavor, you can use virgin or light olive oil. Did you know that when they say light olive oil, it doesn't mean it has less calories?
No. Why do they say light then?
Because it's lighter in color and flavor.
Really?
Yep.
So here I was thinking, I am being extra healthy because I have extra and light.
And everything else on labeling, light means like lighter calories, but not on olive oil. It just means they don't press it as long and you don't get as much flavor out of it.
I like avocado oil as well.
Yeah, you could probably use that in this and it'd still be really good. So then we're going to do 1/3 cup of tahini. And I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going
Of
to
course not. Like I said, she's like your grandma.
So we're going to just pour in your tahini. I like it really creamy. So the more tahini you use, the more creamy, the thicker it's going to be.
Gotcha.
So if you really like it thick and creamy, or if you want to use it as a veggie dip instead of just like a salad dressing, that looks good. I might need to turn it down a little bit.
Just a smidge. It is smelling.
It's crispy. Do you smell it? We have a studio audience.
Yes,
today.
we actually have a studio operator. Hey, give us a shout out. Hello.
Yes, really smells great.
All right. So we added our tahini, and then we're gonna add Dijon mustard. Let's see. Dijon mustard, 2 teaspoons. So that's like a generous squirt.
Excuse me. No, I'm joking. It was the mustard.
Okay, so we added Dijon mustard, and then we're gonna add honey. This says honey or maple syrup. I really prefer honey. Like you've got to if you're gonna use maple syrup, it has to be like fresh. It can't be like Aunt Jemima's whatever. Like that's actually flavored high fructose corn syrup.
Ooh.
That's not real syrup.
Well, and there's a lot of locals around here that has.
So you can use
their own
that, or you can use honey. So we're gonna use honey because I had it. And then we're going to use some black pepper.
Can we cut this lemon?
And I will say I didn't add salt to this mixture because the seasoning we use, the roasted tandoori seasoning, already had salt in it.
Oh, nice.
So you want to be mindful of that because sometimes you don't need to add extra salt if what you're using already has salt in it.
Pretty.
Right? It's really good.
It does.
It's sounding really good. So then we're going to use a little bit of lemon juice, and I'll take over. We're going to just juice a lemon. So you can use bottled lemon juice, or you can juice a lemon. I sometimes use a lemon essential oil because I don't always have lemon juice. So if you can use lemon essential oil as a replacement too. If it's a brand that you can consume. Not all essential oils I would consume. You just got to really know your brand. And if you use an essential oil like that, then you really want to make sure to add a little extra water because, lemon juice adds some.
Half or whole?
Liquid. Let's do a whole.
Okay.
Yeah. That looks good. Ooh, this is looking good.
She has the cutest juicer, by the way.
Isn't that cute?
It is very cute.
It's a pottery juicer.
I know, it's very
I
pretty.
know. I collect pottery. I got pottery for my wedding and I registered for pottery instead of China
Oh, I love that.
with Pond Mountain Pottery. And it goes in the dishwasher and China doesn't. So. All right. Awesome. So we're going to pour that in there. Okay. Let's see. We got olive oil, tahini, lemon juice, Dijon mustard, honey. I didn't add salt to this. Pepper. And if it's too thick, then you just add water, cold water. We're going to shake it. You want to shake it? Yeah. Shake, shake, shake.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty and your booty. Who says you can't have fun when you cook, you
I
know?
always have fun. It's like my happy place as long as I don't have kids at my ankles or complaining about my food. That kind of takes the fun away. All right. This is like done already.
And the best thing is we get to eat this.
Did you tell us what tofu is?
What we had a question from the studio audience.
Yes, please, ask your question.
Can you please tell us what tofu is?
Tofu, it is soy. So if you're sensitive to soy or allergic to soy, you can't eat tofu.
Or if you're on an elimination diet.
Or if you're on an elimination diet, you can't eat tofu. Stay tuned for a day-by-day diary of
Us and Heather on her elimination diet. It could get tricky, just saying.
it's not going to get tricky.
No coffee.
It's not going to get tricky.
It might get tricky for us. We get to reap her benefit.
We all drink the coffee.
Yes, we will. We definitely will. Okay, that looks
good. Yep, that looks good. It's a little thick.
it's a little bit.
Okay, let's add some water. Water. Oh yeah, that's too thick. We
Vanna
need quite a
White,
bit.
can you please give me some water?
Approximately how much?
Probably like what looks like
A dash.
about half of what space is left in there.
a dash of
Okay,
water.
I think we're done.
All right.
Don't you?
I do. All right. Put it on this big platter.
Let's do that. Awesome.
Thank
We'll
you.
shake that up. So, do we have any questions from our friends who are tuning in? I haven't even checked. I kind of,
checking. I don't. No one's left.
I'm like having so much fun that.
No questions? Come on, guys. I know you all ain't making tofu at your house.
So this is okay. So tofu is soy. Don't ask me like the whole processing, like way of how they make it. I'll have to get back to you on that. But it's basically pressed soy that they process down into kind of like curds and whey when you're making cheese, you know, and then they take the soy and press it into blocks. That's probably a really bad. Like my husband, the extension agent, would probably be like, "Well, you could do way better than that."
Now, when we were telling you that tofu has no taste, you can literally fix it with anything and it will take on that
I
taste.
fix it with. You can also crumble it. Oh, that's what we need to talk about. This is firm tofu. So if you are doing what we're doing and making it crispy, or you want it to hold its shape, I once called these nuggets, chicken nuggets, and try to feed them to my kids.
And they told me about it.
And they, well, Annabelle ate it. Annabelle ate all of it. And I gave them ketchup, and they literally dipped, and then Alice got like 3 in, and then I told her it was tofu, and she was really mad, and she won't eat them again.
Well, you want to know something funny? Your daughter Alice told me that maybe I should make tofu chicken nuggets for my 18-year-old John Dylan Miller because he does not like to eat healthy food. And maybe it would make him like healthy food. So,
Yeah, see?
I mean, you did
Maybe try
impact.
again. But no, you need to use firm tofu if you're going to do something like this. They have firm, extra firm, and soft. And I really like extra firm. It does mean you have to take a little bit longer to press it out to get the liquid out of it.
Yeah.
But firm is okay too. So silken, not soft. Silken.
Silken.
Silken tofu, which is basically just soft.
Would you like to show them, Vanna? We have Vanna White over here. She shows everything.
We decided it sounded like you were describing a mattress.
Oh yeah, it does. Firm,
Yes.
extra firm.
Silken.
So firm and extra firm, you want to get, takes a little bit longer to press out. There's a lot of liquid that you can press out. and it's really good to hold its shape. You can it's gonna maintain its shape. You can crumble it. So when it's the firm or extra firm, you can take it and kind of crumble it and then season it that way. Or like a sauce, if you wanted to do like a topping for a baked potato.
Oh, nice.
You could do like a barbecue sauce, crumbled up tofu in a pan. Silken tofu, you don't press because it's like it would mash it.
Gotcha.
But if you
really soft.
if you make smoothies and you don't I'm really picky with protein powders. You can this people really get grossed out of this.
We have a question.
Okay, Tandy wants to know,
Yes.
does it actually look like chicken? Because she may have to try and pass it off as chicken until her family actually tries it.
So let me take a
Okay,
piece
so
up to the.
It depends. Like if you're used to it looks like fast food.
Can you cut one in half?
Yeah.
So this is what it looks like. If you can see that, it actually looks like a hunk of chicken. And I'll cut it in half and you can see the inside.
Ooh, could you call it veggie nuggets, Tammy? Like instead of legit lying, you could just rename half lie.
It looks like white meat chicken. No joke.
It kind of does. So, but for most fast food restaurants, you can't tell it's chicken.
Yeah.
It's really.
It does look like chicken.
But it's not going to look like if you took a tenderloin, like a chicken tenderloin, and then battered and fried it, that really looks like chicken. But if you get the animal shaped or the dinosaur shaped or frozen chicken nuggets, that is really, I don't even know if that's really
I don't think
chicken.
that's meat.
I don't know that. I think it's all the leftover after
Yeah,
they take
it's
the meat off.
gray. I mean, if you cut into it, they're gray. So that's.
It kind of looks like that. You could probably pass it off.
This actually looks better than the gray dinosaur nuggets. Not down in the dinosaur, just saying.
No, you have to get a dinosaur cookie cutter for your
You can use a cookie
Oh,
cutter.
you totally could do that.
Yeah.
That's a really good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Just get a cookie cutter. So silken, I gotta finish telling you about silken tofu.
Oh, yeah.
You can put it in a smoothie. You can. Everybody looks at me like that.
I don't know.
But it doesn't taste. And it's a good source of protein. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money, that block of tofu is like $1.89.
That's true.
That's a lot of protein
It
for
is a lot of-
$1.89.
It is a lot of
And it has
protein.
probably that's really 3 servings. But I usually get 3 or 4 out of it.
I mean, in theory, that is actually cheaper than buying protein powder.
It really is.
See that
serving.
cheese eating before we're done.
It was really, I had to make sure it was good. It was really good. So you can put it in with some berries. I add vanilla extract to my smoothie sometimes.
Well, I mean, it has no taste. Literally no taste.
So
So
the
you're
silken tofu
right.
blends up and it makes it kind of thick and creamy like an avocado would, but there's no taste. So food for thought. All right, so the other things we're putting in our power bowls was super easy. This is really good weeknight. I usually do this tofu on a weeknight because I can have it done in 30 minutes. So I put some cauliflower rice, some Brussels sprouts, and I have something in the microwave.
Vanna.
A root vegetable blend. And we're gonna just layer all of that. All of them were frozen. I literally cooked them in the microwave.
Cheap.
They were cheap.
They were cheap.
They were all under $2.50.
Yeah, they were. And it's just like great value brands. You don't have to get name brand frozen vegetables. You don't.
Yeah. So we're just gonna this is a root vegetable blend. I probably would have maybe roasted it in the oven while I was doing my tofu, just to get it less mushy. But I'll just evenly pour it out. So we're just gonna layer all of these veggies in a bowl.
It's so pretty. Very
And
colorful.
then you're gonna top it with your tofu. And you could add a can of chickpeas or something to this too, just for a little bit more texture. Don't burn yourself. And then you're gonna drizzle your creamy tahini dressing on top.
Creamy tahini. That's what you were shaking, by the way.
So frozen vegetables are great because they're ready to go. You can stash them in your work freezer in your freezer at home, pull them out, microwave them, steam them, or I'll sometimes roast frozen vegetables and they'll turn out really, really well.
I do that a lot. And
Yeah.
it's really quick.
They really turn out well. And these power bowls are really also great for leftovers.
I really want to
So
show
if you
them how
can-
pretty.
Cook once or twice and then plan on having leftovers and then like layer them in a bowl like this. And then all you have to do is maybe add 1 or 2 new things to make a complete dish. That's like,
So how many squares
I
of tofu
would
per
put,
serving?
I would put like a third of what you have there. Like you can really load up on it. You cannot overeat non-starchy vegetables. So we have Brussels sprouts, cauliflower rice, a root blend that has beets, carrots, parsnips. Did you know that beets don't grow out of the ground pickled?
I did know that.
You did?
Yes, because my grandmother always pickles beets.
Well, there's a lot of people that literally
Yeah.
have only ever eaten beets pickled.
Really?
And they don't like them. And the beets do not taste, they taste very different than just pickled beets.
Okay, so when I first started here, I love pickled beets, but Maggie showed me that I should put them roasted or on a salad. So good
Pretty
on
it is.
salad.
There we go.
Yeah.
So good on salad.
Are we at 30 minutes? Probably getting close. I want to make sure we're mindful of your lunchtime and not go over. So these are just little diced beets. So they're not a lot. And you're going to put them with there's something about the tahini with the root vegetables and it just goes really good. So we're just going to drizzle. Let's look at our, oh, that's still pretty thick, but I'm going to drizzle.
Yeah,
Look how thick that is. So you could take that, I like thick, but
it
You can
looks really
even-
good.
mix this up. And I like beef sausage.
Oh, me too.
And you just use it as a vegetable dip too. If you've never made hummus, maybe we'll do that next month. Hummus is so easy to make.
Yeah.
32:11. Okay. So we're at 32 minutes. That's pretty good for a meal, y'all. And we were talking a lot.
We
So
did.
you could probably get all this done in 20 minutes. Dinner on the table. That's awesome. Power bowl recipe. All of this will be on our website, or make sure if you want to stay up to date with all of these videos and future recipes that you put your email in on our website on the homepage, elevationhealthpc.com. You'll get a immune boosting tip guide for boosting those immune systems. And then you'll get notifications for all of these videos. So thanks, Jess. That
Thanks.
was fun.
It was
That was
fun.
fast.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
June 18th, Friday, June 18th. Thanks.
Bye. That was fun.